Hi everybody. My name is Deanna Wilson, and today my presentation will be on if early introduction of food reduces the risk of food allergy within infants. So basically, we are discussing if I introduce allergenic foods to kids, would it stop the chances of having food allergies? And my name is Deanna Wilson. First, what are food allergies and what causes them? A food allergy is when your body reacts in a dangerous or an unpleasant way when you eat a specific food. So they happen when the immune system, um, and your immune system is your body's protection against infection. So when you eat something that your body doesn't recognize, it's going to be found as a threat within your body. So it makes all these like different things happen to your body as well. Um, so and then food allergies affect over 50 million people in the United States, and that's just United States. It's a lot going on in the world within food allergies, but I just limited to the United States because that's where we are in. But within those 50 million people that are affected by food allergies, up to 6% of children are impacted, and it's most of the time it's genetics, but a lot of the time it's like their body doesn't recognize, as I said in the last PowerPoint. I mean the last slide, doesn't recognize the food that they're eating. They think it's trying to harm them. So it's the body's natural instinct to try to find ways to get rid of it. Um, these are some of the common signs within food allergies. Coughing, skin rashes, your throat can swell up, maybe your eyelids will swell up. Um, Diarrhea is a common thing with food allergies and asthma. I have asthma myself, so I'm not allergic to anything. So maybe just a common thing within kids. And I especially my brother, he's allergic to peanut butter. So I've seen like his eyes will get swollen shut to where he can't see. But it's never been nothing when your throat closes and he's just like in the hospital begging for his life. When discussing like people that are impacted by these type of things, stakeholders, um obviously children are directly impacted because they are the main ones that are developing these allergies. So when the children, they're going to grow into adults, they haven't had the time to adjust their bodies to the allergen. So their bodies are once again thinking that it's something dangerous to their bodies. Parents are also stakeholders because of the lifestyle that they would have to live to adjust to their child. So if a child is allergic to peanuts, then they can't probably ever eat peanuts in their lives. So they have to change their lives to support the kids, make sure that they're living a healthy lifestyle, to make sure that, yeah. Also, another stakeholder is, peanut businesses or egg, dairy, things like that. Those type of businesses that sell to like grocery stores and stuff, they are also stakeholders. So according to SCI Health, peanut allergies are the most common and most dangerous food allergy than any other. Companies that use peanuts as a base are also stakeholders in the situation. There has been surveys that have shown how people that that are like cooks will consider people with allergies, so they won't buy the food. So therefore, that business doesn't make any money from that product that they are putting out, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, they either have allergies or they know somebody that have allergies, and they're trying to make sure that they don't hurt them when they are cooking. So once again, businesses are stakeholders in the situation because they're losing profit. Um, why does early introduction to food allergens not work? Uh, well, there is no evidence that delaying the introduction of any specific food beyond the age of 6 months helps to prevent any allergies. But for years, it was said to prevent food allergies, it was to delay introduction to allergenic foods. It was mainly based on expert opinion and it wasn't evidence based. But according to the NCBI, there is no benefit to delaying the introduction of allergenic foods because a lot of times it's genetic. So when it's genetic, it's something you can really do about it to stop the food allergen from developing. And 9 times out of 10, is if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Continued. So according to the textbook, majority of these children are very much unlikely to outgrow these allergies. Especially, like I said before in the last couple slides, when there is a history of food allergies in the family, the infant will more than likely have the same food allergy, and it becomes hard to avoid the allergy. It becomes hard to avoid the allergy developing, not eating the food, but hard to avoid the allergy. A possible solution to start, one solution would be to introduce the infants to around 6 months. And if you're not comfortable introducing your child that early, because that is early age to introduce allergenic foods, maybe around a year and a couple months. But you shouldn't introduce your baby anytime before 6 months. Also, how much your baby is given and the consistency in which, like the timeline in which you give your baby also matters, because you don't want to give your baby peanuts Monday and then wait another week to give them another dose. You want to keep it consistent, and then if you don't see a reaction, maybe up the dose, up the consistency you give it. So caregivers also shouldn't give more than one allergy food at a time. So if I'm giving my child peanut butter, I wouldn't be giving him eggs, just to see like how my child would react to the peanut first. And then once I see if my child does not have a reaction, that's when I'll probably introduce them to eggs, dairy, things like that. But when you introduce the food, it should be incorporated into their meals. So infants probably eat like smothered potatoes, smooth food that go down without having to bite. So when you incorporate it into their meals and you don't see the baby has a reaction, you keep increasing the amount that's given to the baby. My concluding thoughts. So I believe that introducing allergenic foods early doesn't really have an impact. I believe that and evidence has shown that if you that if you develop an allergy, it is hard to stop that allergy, even if you try to introduce the food early. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna still develop the allergy. So no, you cannot. Early introduction to allergenic foods does not stop allergies.